It's Art94 and today we are taking a look
How
at
can I be of assistance?
the Red Bull Speed Clash playlist.
Alright, let's move to the next
Couldn't remember what it's
objective.
called, but here we go. There
Two
should be a
bulls
few voice
face each other
lines.
proudly in the Maui sun, symbolizing the intense speed clash that awaits you. What do you think? This was generated by a cousin of mine. I'm not great with poetry, but talking to you about playlists, now that I can do. Motorfest takes on the colors of RedBull, the most energetic brand in motorsport. They've been investing in iconic racing disciplines for decades, teaming up with most successful manufacturers. But they also sponsor more than 500 extraordinary athletes who represent the brand in their respective sports. We can't introduce them all to you, but our playlist host, Becky Evans, went to meet some of them in her show, Motorfest, the podcast. They're all specialists in the various motorsports you're about to enjoy. Meet us at our brand new playground at the summit of Maui, a world of molten lava and burning rubber. This one comes from my software. I couldn't help myself.
Nice, so I guess we're getting to the event.
Becky's on.
Okay, I thought I was going to say something else. But let's get into the events then. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I'm going to try and make it as short as possible.
Becky Evans here. I'm joining Motorfest with this new playlist, and I didn't come alone. Red Bull sets up at the summit of Maui on a playground dedicated to every possible racing discipline. We love it. In this playlist, you get to become a pro at every discipline and find out which discipline is the best. Can a motocross bike beat a rally car? Can an AGP beat an aeroplane? It's up to you to take on the craziest challenges and answer the questions that everyone's asking. And I won't be the only one hosting this playlist. Motorsport stars will join us and give you all of their tips and stories. It's shaping up nicely. Let's go. Let's begin the Red Bull experience.
Red Bull Speed Clash. So let's get into it.
The clash of disciplines starts now. To get the full experience, check out Sounds of Red Bull, the new track list in the music player.
Oh look, they're all together. That's nice. Usually you're driving all the way around the map, but it's clearly set on a track, so it's track focus, which is pretty cool. Fast travel unlocked, of course. But if you don't have it unlocked, you can just transfer to a race nearby. So,
To the next objective.
the next objective shouldn't be short, so I guess we won't really have to edit this video much because I can just drive to them because
We
they're all
start
nearby.
this Red Bull playlist with a rally cross race. Let's see how the Ford Puma Hybrid will fare against other rally monsters, like the Audi Quattro, the Citroën C3, or the Focus RS. But before that, we take a look at Motorfest, the podcast.
First race, Rally Blast is what they're calling it. I'm going to lower down difficulty to 2 because if you've been seeing from my videos I've been struggling a little bit. So let's drop it now. That's a cool like cinematic thing. Here's the podcast.
Hey guys, welcome to Motorfest, the podcast. Here I get real with Red Bull athletes to tell us about the intensity of motorsports and the love they feel for it. And let's talk about Rallycross, which is the theme of the first playlist event. For the occasion, I asked two of the most exciting Rallycross names about their ideal car. Here are the Hanson brothers.
Guys, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much.
So, Timmy, if you were to describe your ultimate dream machine, what would it be?
Something like, what they have in Pikes Peak, a lot of power, a lot of suspension travel, being able to jump really far.
Kevin, over to you.
Like really long suspension travel, so you can jump like crazy. Rebel livery, red.
Yep, okay, makes sense.
The car you're about to drive meets a lot of Kevin and Timmy's criteria. I hope you guys will love it. Oh, and to listen to the full podcast, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. Just go to the Sounds of Red Bull tracklist of your music player. Enjoy the race.
There you go, there's the collab. Showing off their podcast. And they're in the Puma. Oh, this car is pretty cool Doing
Ray
like a
Waller,
sort of rallycross
the official
thing.
voice of the festival, is bedridden. But don't worry, he'll be back soon. I'll be commentating on what you see. And don't blink, because things are going to happen fast.
It's a little bit slippery. This big car feels nice though. Why did I go that way? I don't think that was the best way around the track, but
Drivers are entering a tunnel for the first time.
they're still on my tail, even though they're on two. But you know, I just want to experience the races and stuff.
Now they have to adapt their driving to the tarmac. It's a cross-terrain race, just like this playlist, mixing all the disciplines of racing.
Oh no, we're losing it. I thought them barriers were solid actually. Apparently they're not. Why is he parking down? That's weird. Interesting. We can still put it back though.
Second lap, ladies and gentlemen. I've always wanted to say that.
We went left last time, and we're
In my
gonna
last
have to go
podcast,
right at one of
Jimmy
the
Hampton
points.
explained how essential it is to gather
Right
enough
does look
speed,
faster.
keep the nose up, and land flat for a successful jump. Woohoo! Looks like this one. Listen to the podcast.
See if we can get around him. Oh, it's Elfstrom. Pretty sure he's a real guy.
We have dirt legends on the grid today.
Yeah, they are,
You'll see
'cause
that
I know of
Audi
Albion.
S1 EKS RX Quattro, the 2016 world champion, has started
I don't
in
know
first
what's up with the
position.
car.
But
It
big
seems to
surprise,
the
undoubtedly
back end just
Ford
wants to go.
Puma Hybrid Rally 1, the brand's first electrified rally car.
We don't have to get first anyway, but it's always nice to get first. He squeezed us into the wall there. What was that about?
Last round, boys and girls.
Now we want to try and take the right turn, so we're going to go right here. This looks like the faster route. See why I don't get why it kicks out like that. I have traction control on as well, and it's still doing that stuff like that. That's a bit weird. So learning this car is going to take some getting used to. But it does feel okay, it's just on dirt. See, they're like there. How am I meant to get saved that? Because if I floor it, it still feels like it's going to do the same thing. You might have to just throttle it to get it out of damage situations. It seems like letting go just doesn't work. You just keep going. And there we go, across the line. And then we'll see what the next race is. That race is pretty cool. The layout's not bad. Just the dirt felt a bit weird to me for some reason. I don't know why. That could be the new handling physics I've got to get used to. We'll find out, won't we? But that's not a bad race. First race done, finished first. Not too bad. And now,
It's
what
time
one's
for
next?
a first clash of disciplines. 2 disciplines, 2 paths. Choose your discipline and prove that it can set the fastest time.
The next race, is this the Ford Puma versus the bike? Maybe? Where are we going? Up
Becky,
here we go.
your turn.
Choose your vehicle. Each vehicle has its own path. Try every vehicle categories. Okay. Well, I'm not choosing the bike. Loaned, and we got it on 2 still, because that's what we want to do. And let's see what it does.
All right, boys and girls, I'm super excited because we get to see the first clash of motorsports. We're staying in the dirt, and you know the first opponent because we already saw it in action, the Puma. But for the second, you'll have to listen to my last interview.
Hi, I'm Robbie Madison. I'm freestyle motocross rider. I've done a lot of cool stunts.
As a champion athlete and stunt performer, what does flirting with the limit mean for you?
To me, flirting with the limit is like being in the moment. When you're able to flirt with the limit, you're operating at the full maximum potential that you're able to operate. That's the pinnacle, right? That's peak performance.
And you guys, are you ready to flirt with the limits? Team Hanson or Team Madison? Which side are you on?
No, I want to do this one. I want the Puma. I don't want to be on the bike.
What this machine is capable of.
Right, this thing. Nice. It's got Sebastian Loeb written on the side. Pretty cool. He's a sick drive for
You'll get to see a real speed clash. The first one to the finish is the winner. Right now, the bike and the car are on the same course, but to keep things fair, they'll diverge onto separate routes, designed to let each vehicle work to its full potential.
Yeah, it just feels like it's bogging down a little bit, and I don't know how to save that because I was
The
full
course
throttle
is
there
about
and
to
it
split.
wasn't really working.
Straight ahead for the car, right for the motorcycle.
Oh, so it's 2 different tracks, that makes sense now. I don't think you can lose this because it doesn't seem like there's first or second. I guess it's just choose what you want.
More reliable on straights. Both have their strong points. Which one will exploit theirs best?
It does feel nice though.
No matter the vehicle, dirt requires reflexes, but above all, instinct. Making the right choices quickly is the key to surviving the race.
That corner's questionable, I'm just messing up. I'm not a big fan of the way that corner's set out. But we'll obviously have to get used to it because I'm pretty sure these are all going to be in the summit this week, which isn't very fun. It is what it is. So we're going to go through. Pretty nice. See, we slide there, handbraking doesn't really work because then we just lose a lot of speed. It's this corner here. So it seems like if you feather the throttle, you won't have that spin out problem. So if you're struggling with that, just keep feathering the throttle to try and get it. If you do lose it though, I don't think there's any chance of saving it. But you can always try and work out what works for you. Because that's working for me so far, is a little bit of feathering the throttle seems to be working well for me. Obviously on the tarmac you're going to have no issues, just drive however you want. It's just like sections like this. I say that it's got to be something to do with your speed, you've got to have to judge it better. That's what I'm going to have to do, but you're going to have to learn.
Rally beats motocross. We've got our answer, boys and girls.
But there we go, 2 minutes 49, not too bad. That's the second race done. I'm just showing you this as a video because then you see my first views on it and you can tell I haven't just lied about it and such. Them RedBull signs look sick like that actually.
The dirt chapter is finished. We're moving on to asphalt vehicles.
Finally, we get to stay on the
And
road.
I use big quotation marks with a little warm-up ride on a racing bike.
I didn't see the turn. I don't think there is one. Oh, there is. There's a roadway. I just didn't see it. So yeah, where does he want us to go? Because you put barriers everywhere. I guess it's this one. Yep. Motor rush, so we're on bikes. Ah, I like being on the bikes actually. For the road bikes, that is. A lot of people don't like bikes in this game, but I do.
Back to the podcast studio. Listen to this, folks. What you're hearing is the sound of the KTM RC 16 2022 version, and that's my guess for today. 4 cylinders, 1,000 cubic centimeters, 250 horsepower for just 346 pounds. Take a look at this dynamic marvel and get ready to drive in the time attack. Don't forget, when you're driving along the coast of Maui or the streets of Honolulu, you can listen to all the podcast episodes on the Sounds of Red Bull track list. Now, time to unleash the moto racing power.
Time to get on this bike. Oh look, they put us in a different outfit as well. They need to have outfits where you can set them for each individual class. Personally, like Alpha GP, set an outfit.
Pay attention, boys and girls.
The bikes,
This event can seem
the like
simple,
touring
but
cars,
it's crucial
set an
for our
outfit.
driver.
That's what they should do.
Time attack to test whether the driver can handle the next clash of disciplines.
But this is cool. To me, the motorsports events, they're stuff I'm into. I just like them. Stuff like this though, the rallying and stuff like that, and drifting and things. That's more my thing, is the whole track races. Okay, it's an arcade game, want to be on street and stuff, which I do find cool as well. But I'm into this whole stuff on being on the track. I've rid this bike before, I believe. I don't think it's new.
The glass bend is undoubtedly a playground landmark, and no lie, it's definitely not safe.
We've slammed into the wall. You want to push down on the bikes because then you get like less drag.
The RC16 is a little
I think it
marvel.
works.
We had to wait until 2017
The character
to see
does duck
RB
down a little
KTM
bit,
factory
so
join the competition.
it should work. This is a cool suit
The
actually.
riders won everything in
I don't
other
wear the race
competitions,
suits on this
so
game
it
now.
was time to see them take on moto racing.
I do wear the RedBull helmet though permanently because I just think it looks sick. It's going to be an exciting few months because it's RedBull. Although they should carry us out to the summer and then we'll see what we're going to get for the summer. But this is pretty cool. But you know, people are saying, is this going to save it from Forza? I don't think it will. But I think people are going to go on Forza, get bored and come back, so that's fine. The more people got playing the crew, the better it is for me, and the better it is for you, because more people play the game. Argue might not be better for you if you want to get the summits done, because people will be a lot more sweatier. So if you're struggling already, then unfortunately, that's the way it goes. That is a cool corner. That's going to be nice to send the Alpha GP cars round. The whole of this track. Because you can hit that apex on the Alpha GP cars. On this I probably could. I just have to take a different line in. I'm just taking a weird line for some reason. Like I can hit the apex here. Pretty solid. And you can for these sections, but you just got to get across. You obviously don't want to do that and go onto the dirt. I don't think that would ever be viable. But I've got, that's what you see, if I have to use a bike on this for something, I've got to learn how to take that corner because I keep hitting it. But it's not a bad race, it's not that long, is it? 2 minutes, 3 minutes 30 is what I'm doing it in.
Moto test
from our first run.
Now our
Not
driver
too
can
bad.
either play it safe and keep this vehicle, or
I'm
roll the dice
I'm
with
liking this
someone
update so far.
unknown. It's an
Track's pretty
agonizing
cool.
decision.
It seems fun. That isn't my character. So they've changed the whole character. Okay. So you can see me with a RedBull helmet on.
Clash of disciplines in sight. When a racing bike meets a racing car, it's a real battle for the asphalt.
And now we're doing the asphalt clash. Ah, but here's the tricky one. Do we get to choose? Or do we not?
For the next one, we'll put two disciplines in a head-to-head race and see which one crosses the line first. Racing car or racing bike? Which one is the best? Will it be the beautiful Ferrari 488 in its circuit version or the KTM RC16 that we all know has great skills? I'm leaning towards the bike. It's lighter and its top speed flirts with 224 miles per hour. It's the logical choice. But aren't we here to defy the laws of logic? Racing car addicts, it's up to you to prove otherwise.
Ah, see, here's the issue I have. I want to choose the car. But I know we get that at the end, and I want to experience that on my own. So, if I'm not forced to drive it, I'm going to take the bike.
Better to bet on the standard we know, isn't it?
Couldn't, because I know I get the car at the end. So although I want to drive it, I also want to drive the bike, mate.
No individual courses today. It's a pure face-off on a circuit design for both vehicles. So I don't want to hear any sore losers complaining. May
But
the best win.
watch me now, choose this. Watch him beat me. Because I won't be able to get around him. Even though they're on 2. I'm literally here. Can't find my way past. Here we go, we found him now. Hopefully he doesn't catch us back up.
On
It's up
track this
down so we
evening,
can get a bit more
KTM
speed.
RC16 takes on the
Obviously the
Ferrari
cars in this
488
game
GT3.
handle a little bit better.
600
And this is
horsepower,
kind of why I wanted to choose the bike as well, because
2,077 pounds for the
it's a
Italian
little bit more of a
machine, while
challenge.
the Austrian style
Obviously if I wanted a major
was
challenge I'd stick him on
270
5, but then I'd
horsepower,
probably lose,
but
wouldn't
for
I?
£346, not insignificant. The car and the bike can both turn well at speed, but it's the exit of the turn and the entry into the next one that will be decisive.
That corner's a bit sketchy, isn't it? Halfway through the race. So once again, not really a very long race. I reckon if you're really quick, you can do well, quick enough. You can probably get this done in less than 2 minutes. No, I don't like that corner. I nearly come to a standstill. That's a very interesting corner. I like the way we're going through like the whole mountainside. The way it's set up like a track, that is nice. Yeah, this
section
is
of
a
the course
beautiful
isn't a
looking
track.
track layout.
It's been specially resurfaced to provide a little extra speed.
Through this tunnel, ah, this is nice. Yeah, the RedBull Club was definitely a way to go. Well, to put it in, the timing of it though, I don't know if it's the right time to do it.
This clash has a lot to live up to.
I feel like it would be better to do this in the summertime rather than doing it in the spring, but here we go.
Likeness trumps power. Congrats to all those
2 minutes
who have a
31.
racing bike.
I reckon you could scrape the time down nearly 2 minutes if you're really, really good and on the right vehicle. I was a bit inconsistent there, and I don't know if we're on fully ready bikes on. See, we're on a loan bike, so you could definitely get that down to 2. If we got to custom, I guarantee somebody has. No one's started it yet. No, they probably have. If we go down to racing. See, nearly. Alpha GPs will definitely do it in 2 minutes.
Hear all the insights
I don't want to be
on the
doing
world
that.
of racing on Sounds of RedBull, the
We're gonna
official
go to this
channel of
race here.
motorsport.
And now we're doing Alpha Nitro, so we're in an Alpha GP. I assume this is the new one. Because someone said that, I can't remember who, but they said they was adding a new one. Might have been the crew themselves
Hey
actually.
boys and girls, I hope you can keep up because we're about to go hard with the elite of motorsports, the AGP. Cars that can easily go up to 220 miles per hour. And because we always want more in this playlist, we add boost gauges. It's going to be strategic. And as always, I did my homework and talked all things racing with a pro driver. You might know him, Yuki Tsunoda.
Could you break down what you feel your driving style is for us watching you on the screen?
My dad used to teach me a lot about braking. Definitely, I like to adapt braking. Recently, last two Grand Prix was a bit too much sometimes, and yeah, unfortunately, a couple of times went to the wall. You know, it feels great when you feel the G-force. You know, with the maximum longitudinal G-force when you have nailed the great braking.
And beside braking hard, be focused at the start. It's decisive for the rest of the race.
I actually like
Drivers
Yuki
are focused.
Tsunoda,
The
to be honest.
start is imminent. Let's go.
I'm no good at them starts. Now if you do the start right, you'll get a nice amount of boost.
AGP race. Using boosts in the right place at the right time will be decisive.
So because we didn't get it, does that mean we get no boost for the whole race? I don't know, maybe they're going to give us boost.
Second lap.
Surprised they got Yuki on here, because, I don't know, he's just colder. So if I wanted a collab that I'd enjoy, I'd want to do a British Touring Car one, but I know how niche that is, and it's difficult for me to know because I love watching it. I'm not a huge F1 fan, but I do watch it occasionally. I like to watch the highlights rather than the whole race, but when it comes to British Touring Cars, I watch the whole race of them. I think that's it. That's like a 6 hour day when they're on TV. It's wet and we're not running wet tyres. This would be terrible if it was real. See, because we didn't get the boost right, we got no boost for that whole race. That's how it seems. So your whole race is going to be reliant on that boost. So if you don't catch the boost, restart the race.
Museum is on this circuit.
Or you'll end up doing a me and taking the race to doing the race, and you won't get no boost.
7 years of evolution,
So,
Renault to Honda
not
engines.
bad.
Between them, these four account for more than 70 podiums.
Hopefully they don't have a tyre wear event on this, because that's what I hate about this game actually, is the tyre wear physics. I just don't like it. And when we first did in the game, they actually put them in the first summits. I don't know how I feel about F1 cars and the whole Grand Prix on this game.
Ultimate lap.
They're okay, but I don't like using them too much, to be honest.
If you've got any extra
I prefer the
nitro,
slower cars.
now's the time to use it.
I wish they added more bikes though. This is probably the longest race they have. but it's not a bad track layout.
Superb victory.
I feel like the crew always does decent layouts though. So pretty cool. I don't know how many races we've got left, but we shall see. On to the next one.
You've just discovered the RB20.
Can we skip that and just go down here?
Follows, but you can also opt for a vehicle that's a little less earthbound. The choice is yours.
So what's this? Gonna do planes. I'm not getting in the plane. You can sod that. Podcast again.
Back to the podcast, guys. As you've seen, the playground is a motorsports paradise, but there's still a place that we haven't experienced so far. The sky. I was lucky enough to feature Luke Chapella, Red Bull Air Race pilot, famous for being the first to land a plane on the very tiny helipad 600 feet in the air.
I'd love to know more about the bullseye stunt. There's an attempt, and then the plane like bounces and you keep going, and I had a heart attack and was like, oh my God.
I almost got a heart attack on the first one as well. It took me like 650 practice landings before I went for the actual landing on the helipad. So for an athlete to come out from what I thought was a failure, but that was quite challenging.
So cool. The video is online. You have to check it out. The next race is the most experimental of the playlist. AGP versus stunt plane. Place your bets.
We're choosing the car. I have no idea who that guy was, but that's typical because I only watch motorsport. I'm not choosing the plane. No, they can. I'm using the car. We have to choose the GP car.
This is the second time that Red Bull is loaning you the RB20. You'll start to make a Dutch man jealous.
Don't know who she's on about though. Oh yeah, I do know who she's on about. Oh, what's it?
Surprisingly, the AGP has the advantage
I can't remember his name.
startup, but once the plane is airborne, it's a different story.
If you know F1, you'll know, I know him because he wins every race. I just can't remember his name.
It was in a straight line in a drag race.
That kind of bothers me.
Here the player will have to make very tight turns if it wants to keep up with the AGP, which is much more accustomed to doing so.
So they reference
Really exciting.
a rally driver, not a rally driver, he's an F1 driver, and he wins all the time. But I know him, but the name is just gone out my head, and I don't know why, and that bugs me.
We enter the second lap.
This is an interesting track.
I'm sure you're familiar with the RB20 on the track today, certainly more so than its aerial rival. Stressed
Oh,
its
that's the
energy
point.
and capable of reaching 975 meters per minute, its size makes it the perfect.
See, I don't
aerobatic
think these matters
aircraft.
because these are like a time trial race. It doesn't actually matter what you're doing. You're always going to win. I reckon you could take 10 minutes and you'd still win. Lost traction there. Interesting. Take a lovely right. See, that's the wrong position for me to come in here. I love them tyres on there. They look cool. $260. 60. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. 260. I do like the whole, what's it called? Your speedo on the side. I do like how that's changed. This corner's lovely actually. The way it's like, you know, angled, it's like raised up, and it actually helps you with your traction.
This succession of turns is tricky.
So that race is nice. I do love it considering the
When it
mountain
comes to
side.
speed, the AGPs play in a different division.
That's a longer race again because they like to do the longer ones for these. Nice, and we're in a full RedBull outfit, which is cool.
One more clash to close this RedBull playlist.
Here we
This
go,
one is big.
for a final event. If you stayed to the end, then I actually appreciate it.
So
I don't
Motorfest
expect
and
you to.
RedBull are offering you the choice of 3. Which
But even
is
if
the
you
best?
skip to the end,
Becky
it's
asked
completely
our
fine.
local athletes what they think.
Speed War is what they're calling it. Oh, but what do we pick? Here we go then. Final race.
In your honest opinion, between rally, AGP, and motor racing, which is the most intense discipline? The one that brings the craziest sensations?
I think it's motor racing, actually.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
I think F1. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'd go for Formula One.
Rallycross, moto racing, or AGP? Here comes the ultimate challenge of the playlist, but also the end of the podcast. But I'm never far away. I'm always on the air. You find all the podcasts on the Sounds of Red Bull track list. And then I don't know why, but I feel like we'll see each other again soon. It's off to the apex of the playlist.
She just hinted that the next playlist is going to be another one of these. See, what would you expect? The bike, the car, or Rallycross? You know what I'm going to pick. If you know me, Rallycross.
The Ford Fiesta replaced another Ford at short notice. The Puma missed weight.
This is the summit vehicle in a month's time.
First in this head-to-head race. Answer in, about a few minutes.
Oh, I love the Ford Focus. This one's the Fiesta though.
Has already changed its course
There's
to
just something about rally cars that Fords are sick. Is this the new physics? What do? Just go, you know what, and we don't want you to be able to drive anymore? Because for some reason, I'm struggling.
Designed to match its strengths. The AGP
Someone's going to have to
stands
teach
out
me how
for
to
speed
drive.
and racing quality. And of course it sticks to asphalt and is unbeatable in corners. So to make things fair, it will be racing the longest route. The bike's route, on the other hand, is shorter but ultra technical, forcing the rider to swing through the curves without losing speed.
Right, back on the road. That's where we want to be, because he actually handles well on the road. It's just something about the lack of traction off-road, and I don't know what's causing it to mess up.
Look at the rally switching between dirt and asphalt. That's its strength. In addition to its high acceleration, its all-terrain capability...
See, you have to just focus on your throttle, because apparently holding it on makes it slide a bit too much, which is unfortunate. Yeah, I can get used to the handling. The Fiesta does sound nice though. That corner is difficult for me to manage, I don't know why. And then back onto the roadway. I don't like how we enter that roadway. I think it could have been done a bit different. We should really stick to that inside line to go straight over the grass road and try to hit an apex. You can just skip it.
The AGP seems to be ahead for the moment, but don't forget that its path is the longest. Everything can still change.
But the AGPs would be the longest track because it's the fastest one, so we have to be the longest to make it fair. I do like them explosions on the outside though. See, if you favor the throttle, you can manage it quite well. But there's sometimes it's just too much of the back end kicking out, it doesn't like.
We're coming to the end. We're about to find out who's going to win the ultimate racetrack, the Speed War.
Getting around that corner is incredibly weird. See, I don't like this entrance because it just feels a bit. See, if you take that inside, look at that for a run you've got. Pretty nice.
Dirt proving stronger than asphalt, the rally car
There
set
we
the
go.
fastest time.
And now it should give us the final car, which is the Ferrari, I believe. Nice.
There's a reward vehicle waiting for you.
Now how far we only have to go more for a reward car. So let's go
Milestone in a
get it.
promising relationship between RedBull and Motorfest. I'm sure this is just the beginning.
And then it will switch us into the new car. Here we go. Beautiful looking Ferrari. And that's why I didn't want to use it, because I knew it was going to get it. Oh, it's nice though, isn't it? It sounds incredible. And then we unlock challenges and custom mode, which we're going to take a look at. I don't want to do that. No, we're going to look at the challenges. Because we've just done all the events, so it unlocks challenges.
New challenges unlocked.
Okay, so we first off get a tyre. Then you get your crew credits, you get an outfit, Apex Smoke, Purple Beam Nitro, which we can't see because I stick that on the screen. Nice. And you finally get X-Racer. And for custom mode, you obviously get all your points and you get Racing All-Rounder, which you've got a fair few events to do. Nice. So we'll just collect that one because we might as well. There we go. So this has been the Red Bull Speed Clash. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully you made it to the end.